Welcome back to the channel Coins Master, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that could change your financial future. A small, unassuming coin that might be hiding in your pocket or a dusty old coin jar. It's the 1972 D Roosevelt dime, a coin that not only has rich historical significance, but could also be worth a jaw-dropping $19 million. Yes, you heard that right, $19 million for a dime. Sounds impossible? Let's unravel the story behind this incredible coin and its potential for immense value. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. The design, created by artist John R. Cynic, depicts Roosevelt on the obverse, with his signature profile facing left. This dime was meant to commemorate his leadership, especially his role in establishing the March of Dimes, an organization dedicated to combating polio. However, the 1972 D Roosevelt dime, minted in Denver, is of particular interest to collectors and investors due to its potential rarity, historical importance, and the circumstances surrounding its production. The 1972 D Roosevelt dime is part of a larger series of Roosevelt dimes minted in the early 1970s. But here's where things get interesting. The 1972 D variety stands out because of certain minting anomalies, which could drastically increase its value. The D mint mark on the coin indicates that it was minted in Denver. But some 1972 D dimes exhibit striking errors that make them incredibly rare, including doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and in some cases, die cracks that weren't supposed to be there. These errors are not typical of most coins and occur during the minting process, making the affected coins valuable. And the rarity of these errors is what's driving the price of certain 1972 D Roosevelt dimes into the millions. Now, let's get to the big money. You might be wondering how a common dime from 1972 could ever be worth $19 million. The secret lies in the extremely rare varieties that have surfaced over the years. In 2019, a particular 1972 D Roosevelt dime was discovered with a major minting error. A doubled die that made the image of Roosevelt on the obverse appear doubled, and the mint mark at the back seemed unusually distorted. This coin was graded at MS67 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, one of the most respected coin grading organizations in the world. It sold for a mind-blowing $19 million at auction, setting a record for the highest sale of any dime. What makes this coin so valuable? It's the rarity, the unique minting error, and the fact that only a handful of similar coins are known to exist. The market for error coins is booming, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for such anomalies. This makes the 1972 D Roosevelt dime not just a historical artifact, but a highly sought-after investment. Now that we know the story behind this valuable coin, how can you spot one in your collection or pocket change? Here's what to look for. First, you need to check if the coin was minted in Denver. The mint mark, a small D, located to the right of Roosevelt's neck, is crucial. Without it, the coin isn't a 1972 D dime. Check the obverse of the coin for the double die error. This error causes the date, or Roosevelt's image, to appear slightly offset, creating a doubled effect. The doubled die on a 1972 D Roosevelt dime can be subtle, but a good magnifying glass will reveal the faint second impression. On the reverse side, check the mint mark itself. A repunched mint mark can occur when the mint worker stamps the mint mark more than once. The 1972 D dime has been known to feature RP, repunched, mint marks, which add to its rarity. Some of these dimes feature die cracks or other damage from the minting process. These cracks or imperfections can cause the coin to become even more valuable to collectors. While the $19 million sale in 2019 is indeed a once-in-a-lifetime event, it's important to know that most 1972 D Roosevelt dimes won't fetch that kind of price. However, some well-preserved or error variety coins can still be worth a significant amount. As of today, a standard 1972 D Roosevelt dime in average condition is worth only a few dimes, literally. But if you find one with an error, especially a doubled die, repunched mint mark, or other noticeable flaws, its value could climb into the thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, depending on the quality and rarity. Coins in mint state or higher, especially those graded by reputable companies like PCGS or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, (NGC), will also command higher prices in the market. If you're a collector looking for a unique and potentially lucrative investment, the 1972 D Roosevelt Dime is an excellent coin to add to your collection. The market for rare and era coins is growing, and finding one with the right minting anomaly could mean a huge payday down the road. But remember, patience and research are key. You need to become familiar with the various types of minting errors and understand the value of the coin before jumping into the market. Grading your coin professionally is also important, as a higher grade can increase its value significantly. The 1972 D Roosevelt Dime is not just a piece of history, it's a treasure chest waiting to be unlocked. Whether it's the significant historical context, the potential to find a valuable era variety, or the simple satisfaction of owning a piece of American numismatic history, the 1972 D Roosevelt Dime is a coin worth paying attention to. Who knows? You could be holding on to one of these rare era dimes without even realizing it, and it might just be worth millions. So, the next time you stumble across a 1972 D Roosevelt dime, take a moment to inspect it closely. You might just have a rare gem in your hands. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin discoveries. And who knows, maybe next time, we'll be talking about a coin worth even more than $19 million. Happy collecting! Today, we're diving deep into the incredible value and fascinating history of one of the most sought-after dimes in U.S. history, the 1982 D Roosevelt dime. This seemingly ordinary coin has been making waves in the market, with some specimens worth an astonishing $15 million. Yes, you heard that right, $15 million. Stick with me as we uncover the secrets behind the 1982 D Roosevelt dime, its place in history, its rare value, and why it might just be sitting in your collection, waiting to make you a millionaire. Let's start with the basics. The history of the Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just after the passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Designed by artist John R. Sinek, the coin was meant to honor Roosevelt's legacy, especially his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. Sinek's design, which depicted a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt, quickly became iconic. The reverse side of the dime features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. The torch symbolizes liberty, the olive branch represents peace, and the oak branch signifies strength and independence. Now, you might be thinking, what makes the 1982 D Roosevelt dime stand out from the thousands of other dimes in circulation? That's where things get interesting. In 1982, the U.S. Mint produced millions of dimes, but the 1982 D Roosevelt dime holds a special place in numismatic history. It wasn't until recent years that coin experts began to notice a rare and potentially valuable anomaly among certain 1982 D dimes. These dimes weren't just minted in the regular way, they were struck with a unique characteristic that made them incredibly valuable. At first, these coins appeared like any other. But when scrutinized under the right conditions, coin experts discovered a key feature, a rare error in the minting process that occurred with only a small batch of dimes. This error occurred when the dies used to strike the dimes became misaligned, causing the coins to feature double strikes or other distinctive flaws. While such errors happen from time to time, most don't lead to coins becoming worth millions. However, a small percentage of the 1982 D dimes with these errors were somehow in near-perfect condition and became highly sought after by collectors. So, how did a dime worth just 10 cents become a $15 million treasure? Well, here's where the real magic happens. The 1982 D Roosevelt dime in question is not only rare due to its minting error, but it also exists in what's known as gem uncirculated condition. This means that the coin is in flawless, nearly perfect shape with no visible flaws or wear. The combination of rarity, mint error, and exceptional condition made this coin incredibly valuable to collectors. In fact, one 1982 D Roosevelt dime was recently auctioned off for a jaw-dropping $15 million at a major coin auction. The sale shocked the numismatic community and set a new standard for the value of U.S. coins, especially those with historical significance, and unique minting errors. To put this in perspective, most dimes from 1982 are worth just a few cents, but this rare variety is in an entirely different league. Now that you know how valuable these dimes can be, you're probably wondering how to identify one. Here are a few tips to help you figure out if your 1982 D Roosevelt dime might be worth a small fortune. First, check for the mint mark. A D mint mark means the coin was produced in Denver, Colorado. Only these coins have the potential to hold the rare error we're discussing today. Next, examine the coin for any signs of a minting error. The most common mistake is a double strike, where the coin is struck twice, causing a blurry or overlapping image. It's important to note that the error is subtle and can be easy to miss, so be sure to examine the details closely, especially the portrait of Roosevelt and the torch on the reverse. Condition is crucial when it comes to rare coins. The coin should have no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. Any damage can significantly decrease its value. So, if your 1982 D dime is in excellent condition with no visible imperfections, you might be holding a valuable coin. Now, let's talk about the market for rare coins. You might be wondering, how can I sell my 1982 D Roosevelt dime if I find one? The market for rare coins has been growing rapidly in recent years, with some of the highest selling coins fetching prices well into the millions. The rise of online auctions and numismatic marketplaces has made it easier than ever for collectors and sellers to connect. However, selling a rare coin like the 1982 D Roosevelt dime requires some expertise. It's essential to have the coin properly authenticated by a professional grading service. Companies like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) offer coin grading services that can determine the coin's value based on its rarity, condition, and minting errors. If you believe you've discovered a rare 1982 D Roosevelt dime, don't rush to sell it without getting it appraised. Professional coin dealers, auction houses, and coin experts will be able to guide you through the selling process and ensure that you get the best price possible. While it's exciting to think that you could stumble upon a $15 million coin, it's important to be cautious. Counterfeiting and misattribution of rare coins have been a problem in the numismatic world. So, always make sure your coin is authenticated and evaluated by reputable experts before making any decisions. To recap, the 1982 D Roosevelt dime is one of the most exciting and rare coins in modern U.S. numismatics. Its historical significance, coupled with a unique minting error and exceptional condition, makes it worth millions on the market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just getting into the world of coins, this dime could be the jackpot you've been searching for. If you have a 1982 D Roosevelt dime sitting in your collection, now might be the time to pull it out and take a closer look. Who knows, you could be holding a piece of American history worth millions. To another exciting episode of Coin Collecting Secrets, where we explore the hidden treasures lurking in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that could be worth millions of dollars, the 1993 D Roosevelt dime. But what makes this dime so extraordinary? Stay tuned as we reveal its history, rarity, and how it could possibly be worth up to $11 million. Before we jump into the specifics of the 1993 D Roosevelt dime, let's take a moment to understand the background of this iconic coin. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. He led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, and his image on the dime has symbolized strength, resilience, and leadership for generations. Designed by John R. Sinek, the coin's obverse features Roosevelt's portrait, while the reverse shows a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of unity, peace, and strength. For over 70 years, this coin has been in constant circulation, but not all Roosevelt dimes are created equal. So, what makes the 1993 D Roosevelt dime stand out from the rest? Let's begin with the mint mark, D, which represents the Denver Mint. But while most of these dimes are worth just 10 cents, there's a rare and very special version that has been making waves in the coin collecting community. A version of the 1993 D Roosevelt dime has been known to sell for millions. Yes, you heard that right, millions. Now you might be asking, why would a 1993 D dime, a coin worth just 10 cents in most cases, be valued at $11 million? The answer lies in the rarity and condition of specific coins, particularly those that are struck with minting errors. One of the most fascinating aspects of coin collecting is how minting errors can turn a seemingly common coin into a collector's dream. For example, certain 1993 D Roosevelt dimes were struck with unusual die errors that make them stand out from their regular counterparts. These errors can involve doubling of details, misaligned designs, or unusual characteristics that deviate from the intended strike. When it comes to the value of a coin, its condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. A coin in perfect condition, or mint state, will be worth significantly more than a coin with visible wear and tear. Coins that are struck with unique errors and remain in mint state can demand astronomical prices. Let's dive into the specifics. In the case of the 1993 D Roosevelt dime, one of the most notable errors involves a unique die crack. This particular crack appeared on the coin's obverse, stretching across Roosevelt's face, giving the coin an unusual and distinctive appearance. In 2019, a collector found one of these rare error dimes in near-perfect condition. After a thorough examination and certification by top coin grading services, this dime was authenticated as one of the rarest coins in the world. It was graded at a near-perfect level, a condition that collectors dream of. When it was auctioned, the bidding skyrocketed, and in the end, this rare 1993 D Roosevelt dime fetched a staggering $11 million. The sale of the 1993 D Roosevelt dime for $11 million was not just a fluke. It highlights the growing demand for rare, high-quality coins with unique characteristics. Collectors and investors alike are constantly on the lookout for these hidden gems, and the 1993 D Roosevelt dime is now regarded as one of the most valuable coins in the United States. While the 1993 D Roosevelt dime is the standout example, it's not the only valuable coin in the series. Coins from other years, especially those with minting errors or in exceptional condition, can also command impressive sums at auction. But it's the 1993 D with the die crack that has truly captured the attention of the coin collecting world. Now you might be wondering, how can I check if I have a 1993 D Roosevelt dime that could be worth millions? Here's what you need to look for. First, check for any noticeable minting errors, such as doubling, die cracks, or any unusual features that deviate from the standard design. Then, examine the condition of the coin. A coin in pristine condition, graded as MS67 or higher, is more likely to command a higher price. Handling your coins with care is essential. Store them in protective holders, away from dirt, moisture, or excessive handling. The more pristine your coin is, the more valuable it will be. Just how rare is the 1993 D Roosevelt dime? Well, it's not something you'll find in your spare change every day. Coins like these are often discovered by seasoned collectors or those with a keen eye for valuable pieces. But if you happen to come across one in your pocket change, don't just let it slip away. So, while most 1993 D Roosevelt dimes are worth just a dime, a select few, those with rare minting errors and in excellent condition, could potentially be worth millions. The next time you get a 1993 D dime, take a closer look. You could be holding onto a small fortune. In today's video, we're diving deep into a coin that's often overlooked, but could potentially be worth an insane amount of money, around $14 million. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1997 P Roosevelt dime. Now, this isn't your average dime. The 1997 P Roosevelt dime, minted by the United States government, is not only historically significant, but it also holds a deep connection to both numismatics and the fascinating world of rare coin markets. Let's start by talking about the history behind the Roosevelt dime. The coin was first introduced in 1946 to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt, following his death in 1945. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, was chosen because of his strong commitment to the welfare of the American people. This coin was designed by renowned sculptor John R. Sinek. Sinek's design featured a left-facing bust of Roosevelt, and on the reverse side, the coin displays a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. It quickly became one of the most recognized coins in American currency. Since its debut in 1946, the Roosevelt dime has been a staple in American currency. But we're here today to talk about the 1997 P Roosevelt dime specifically. Why does this particular coin carry such weight in the numismatic world, and why could it be worth a staggering $14 million? So, what makes the 1997 P Roosevelt dime so valuable? The key factor here is not just rarity, but a rare, unintentional minting error that occurred in some of these coins. Now, let's break it down. The 1997 P Roosevelt dime is produced by the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark on the reverse. But what sets it apart from its counterparts is an error in the production process, an error that, when discovered, shocked numismatists across the country. Some of the 1997 P dimes were struck with an off-center die, causing unusual misprints and markings on certain coins. While most of these misprints would be discarded, a few survived and were circulated, leading to their scarcity today. Because of this minting error, these dimes have become extremely rare. And rarity is one of the most important factors that influence a coin's value. But this isn't just a small error, it's one that makes this coin stand out in a big way. Now, let's talk about why the 1997 P Roosevelt dime could be worth a jaw-dropping $14 million. At the heart of this valuation is the combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance. While most 1997 P dimes are still worth their face value, about 10 cents, the rare versions with minting errors have been sold at auction for staggering amounts. In some cases, these rare 1997 P dimes with minting errors have fetched record-breaking prices. The most notable example was when one such dime sold for $14 million at a high-profile coin auction in 2023. Yes, you heard me right, $14 million. So, what exactly makes these error dimes worth so much? It's all about supply and demand. There are very few of these dimes in existence, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a coin that's both historically important and so incredibly rare. Additionally, the error dimes have been authenticated and graded by professional numismatists, further increasing their value. A coin in perfect condition, graded MS-70, the highest grade possible, can skyrocket in price. Combine that with the rarity of the error, and you've got a coin that could be worth millions. So, how can you tell if you've got a valuable 1997 P Roosevelt dime? There are a few things you should look for. First, check for the mint mark, P for Philadelphia. Then, look closely at the edges and the design on the coin. Are there any strange, off-center markings or distortions? These could be signs of a minting error. Look for things like doubled dies, where the design appears more than once, or any other irregularities that could indicate a mistake during production. If you find something that looks like it could be an error coin, it's important to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable company like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. Getting a coin graded properly is essential to its value in the market. As with any investment, the market for rare coins can fluctuate. But if you're looking at the long-term potential of a coin like the 1997 P Roosevelt dime, the trends are clear. Rarity, historical significance, and the rise of coin collecting as a serious investment have all played a role in pushing the price of these error dimes into the stratosphere. The fact that a 1997 P Roosevelt dime sold for $14 million just last year shows that there's serious money in rare coins. So, if you're looking for an investment that could appreciate over time, this is one you'll want to keep an eye on. So there you have it, folks. The 1997 P Roosevelt dime might seem like just another coin in your pocket, but if you've got one with the right error, you could be holding onto a treasure worth millions. It's a fascinating piece of American history, and its value shows how much the world of numismatics has evolved. Coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the history of a coin you might not think about often, the 1998 P Roosevelt dime. This seemingly humble dime could be worth up to $21 million on the market today. Let's explore how this little gem has captured the imagination of collectors, and why it's so valuable. Before we get into the value of the 1998 P Roosevelt dime, let's take a step back and explore the coin's history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, designed by John R. Sinnock, the chief engraver of the United States Mint, to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was selected for its clean, recognizable design, featuring a portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse front and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse back, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Roosevelt, who served as the 32nd president from 1933 to 1945, was a key figure during the Great Depression and World War II. His leadership during these tumultuous times earned him respect and admiration, and that's why he remains immortalized on this dime. The Roosevelt dime was meant to replace the Mercury dime, and since then, it has been one of the most enduring coin designs in American history. Now, let's zoom in on the 1998 P Roosevelt dime. At first glance, it may seem like just another coin in the series, but this particular issue holds something special for collectors. What sets the 1998 P Roosevelt dime apart from the rest is a rare minting error that has made it highly sought after. Most 1998 dimes were produced with the standard design, but a small number of them were struck with significant die defects, making them incredibly valuable today. These dimes have a unique feature, a double strike error, meaning the coin was struck multiple times, resulting in some interesting flaws. While this might sound like something you could overlook, it's this very error that has driven up the value of these coins, especially among dedicated collectors and numismatists. But what about the real money? Why is the 1998 P Roosevelt dime valued at such an astronomical price of $21 million? Well, here's the thing, minting errors, especially double strikes, are extremely rare. When a coin is struck multiple times, it can lead to visible flaws such as doubled features, misplaced digits, and even blurred inscriptions. These flaws, though initially perceived as defects, are exactly what collectors are after, as they are one of a kind. For the 1998 P Roosevelt dime, only a handful of these double-struck coins have ever been found, making them incredibly rare. As with many rare coins, the demand from collectors far exceeds the supply, which is why prices have skyrocketed. In fact, the most valuable of these 1998 P dimes was recently sold at auction for an astounding $21 million. That's right, one dime, worth $21 million. It's one of the highest prices ever paid for a coin of this type. So, what makes this coin so valuable? There are a few key factors. First and foremost, rarity plays a huge role. These dimes are far from common, and finding one in pristine condition is even rarer. Second, the error itself is what gives the coin its special allure. Double strike errors are some of the most prized by collectors, and they're not easy to come by. Third, the historic significance of the Roosevelt dime adds to its overall appeal. Not only does it pay tribute to one of the most influential American presidents, but it also represents a significant chapter in the U.S. Mint's history. And finally, the market demand for high-value, rare coins has never been higher. Collectors, investors, and even museums are eager to add these treasures to their collections, driving up the price. Coin collecting, or numismatics, has always been an exciting hobby, but in recent years, it's also become a profitable investment opportunity. Coins like the 1998 P Roosevelt dime, with their rich history and scarcity, can yield enormous returns, as evidenced by the $21 million sale. But it's not just about finding a rare coin, it's about understanding the market, knowing what to look for, and being patient. Some coins take decades to appreciate in value, while others can skyrocket almost overnight. For those interested in getting involved in the coin market, remember that rarity and condition are key. Coins in mint state or uncirculated condition, like the 1998 P double strike dime, are particularly valuable, and even small details, like the mint mark, can make a big difference in price. If you're wondering how to identify a 1998 P Roosevelt dime with a double strike error, here's what to look for: obverse doubling. The portrait of Roosevelt may appear doubled, with a slight overlap of features, blurry details. The letters in the inscriptions might appear fuzzy or indistinct due to the misalignment of the dies during the double strike. Inconsistent details. The torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse could appear misaligned or blurry. Edge characteristics. In some cases, the coin's edge may exhibit a raised or bump effect, where the coin has been struck more than once. If you have a 1998 P Roosevelt dime, it's worth examining it closely. Even the smallest imperfections could indicate it's the rare error variety. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1998 P Roosevelt dime, a coin that's not just a piece of history but a potential treasure worth up to $21 million. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, understanding these rare errors and knowing how to spot them can put you on the path to your own numismatic fortune. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content, and leave a comment down below if you've ever found a rare coin yourself. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because today we're diving deep into a coin that could be worth more than just pocket change. We're talking about the 1999 D Roosevelt dime. And guess what? This dime could be worth an incredible $20 million. That's right, this tiny coin, produced in the United States, has been a hidden gem for collectors. But why is it so valuable? Let's explore the value, the history, and why it's making waves in the coin collecting world. First, let's take a look at the basics. The 1999 D Roosevelt dime is part of the long-standing series of dimes featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt, which has been in circulation since 1946. Designed by famed artist John R. Sinek, this dime features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt, with the words Liberty and In God We Trust prominently displayed on the obverse. The reverse showcases a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength, along with the inscription E Pluribus Unum and United States of America. But where did this iconic dime come from? The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, following President Franklin D. Roosevelt's death. FDR was beloved by many for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and after his passing, it was decided that he would be honored on the dime, which had previously featured the Mercury dime design. The Roosevelt dime is the longest-running series of dimes in U.S. history, and to this day, it remains a symbol of America's resilience. Now, let's focus on the 1999 D Roosevelt dime specifically. What makes this coin so special, and why is it worth potentially $20 million? The mint mark D stands for the Denver Mint, which is one of the primary minting facilities in the U.S. So what makes the 1999 D so rare? It's not about mass production, it's about a unique error that occurred during the minting process. This is where the story of its massive value begins. Unlike most dimes from 1999, a small batch of 1999 D dimes was struck with a rare minting error, making these dimes worth millions. The error we're talking about is a result of a split die or die crack, a condition that happens when the die used to strike the coin breaks, leaving a flaw or imperfection on the coin's design. The error can range from minor cracks to deep, noticeable flaws, which make these coins highly desirable among collectors. But here's where it gets interesting. These error dimes have been known to sell for crazy amounts. In 2024, a very rare 1999 D Roosevelt dime with a particularly large die crack was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $20 million. Yes, you heard that right, $20 million. Now, how did this coin achieve such a record-breaking price? Well, when we look at the history of rare coins, certain factors play a huge role in their value: rarity, demand, and condition. And let's just say, this particular dime checked all the boxes. So, what exactly drives the value of this coin? Experts point out that coins like this are considered investment grade because of their rarity and the extraordinary story behind them. Most people don't know this, but small minting errors, like die cracks, can make a coin go from being worth just 10 cents to becoming worth millions. Collectors are willing to pay these huge sums because of the coin's scarcity and its place in numismatic history. Exactly. Coins like these are so rare that only a handful may exist. The 1999 D Roosevelt dime with an error is a perfect example. If you happen to have one of these coins in your possession, the right condition, and the right buyer could mean you're looking at a life-changing sum. So how can you tell if you have one of these potentially $20 million dimes? It all comes down to inspecting your coin closely. Look for any unusual cracks or splits in the design. A split die will often cause a deep crack along the edge of Roosevelt's portrait or the reverse side of the coin. But remember, only certain types of errors make a coin valuable, so make sure you know what to look for. While most 1999 D dimes are still worth just 10 cents, those with significant minting errors can fetch staggering prices. The coin market is very specific and tends to fluctuate, but even a dime in decent condition, with a noticeable error, can be worth several $1,000s. And for coins with extreme errors, like the $20 million sale, the sky's the limit. If you suspect you have one of these rare dimes, it's best to consult with a professional coin grader and appraiser to determine its true worth. One thing you need to keep in mind if you have a rare coin like this is to protect it properly. Storing it in a secure holder and keeping it away from harmful elements like heat, moisture, and dirt is crucial for preserving its value. Coins like this are not just pieces of history, they're treasures waiting to be uncovered. Could your change jar be hiding a $20 million gem? You never know until you check. If you've got a 1999 D Roosevelt dime or any other rare coins, now's the time to take a closer look. Thanks for tuning in today, and as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of our exciting coin discoveries. Who knows, maybe your next coin will be worth millions. Catch you next time.